Getting there. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. I don't know. My computer is being very temperamental, so hopefully it won't conk out on us like it's been doing. All right, everybody ready to start? I hope. If you're not already muted, please mute yourself and we'll get going. So make sure you're sitting comfortably, that you have a nice supportive chair, that you can sit very tall, and make sure you're not collapsing back against the back of the chair, but get your feet firmly planted, root down through the legs, lengthen up like there was a little string up at the crown of your head, and then gently circle your shoulders. As always, if anything that I guide you in does not feel right for you, you're welcome to modify or just skip that portion of the class and come back and join when you're ready. Okay. So once you're sitting up tall, shoulders can just stay relaxed, chest lifted, turn your face side to side. And come back to center, lift and lower your chin. And as your head comes back to center, be sure you're looking straight ahead. So we don't want to twist the head. We just want to tilt. So let your right ear come over towards your right shoulder. And just breathe. Good. And then come back up to center and go the other way. Left ear towards left shoulder. Good. And as you come back up, you can circle your shoulders a few more times as I move to my other chair. So feel your feet on the floor. Make sure there is a little space away from the chair back so that we can do our cat and cow in a seated position. So that means rounding the spine by tucking your tail under and drawing your navel back, letting your head just gently bow, and then sitting up, that's the cat. And then the cow, we tip forward. You can also draw your shoulder blades back, so you get a little more of an arch in the back, broadening across the chest, and then sit up tall again. So we'll alternate those movements. Exhale to round, inhale, sitting tall, and next exhale, tilt forward. And again, inhale, up, exhale, round, inhale, sit tall, and exhale, tilt forward. Let's do one more round. So sitting tall, then rounding back, sitting tall, and tilting forward. And then just come to a nice upright position. You can hold the left side of your chair someplace with your left hand. Sweep your right arm up and try not to let your arm come in front of your face. So you want to try and keep your arm in line with your ear. Right? If that means you have to keep your elbow a little bent, that's okay. Right? Or not come as close to your head. But think of your energy going out through your fingertips and then send it over on a diagonal. Reaching overhead, still keeping that arm back. Here, hopefully you feel some stretch down the side of your body. And come back up to center. Let's go the other way. Reaching overhead and breathing. Good. Come back up. I want to just check for a moment, make sure my volume is turned up high enough for you to be able to hear me. I think it is. Okay. Wasn't sure about that. So getting ready to twist, we're going to bring the legs close together. Right hand can slide to the side of the chair, left hand across, lengthen through your spine. So when we twist, we want to keep the spine long and then move first your waist, then your chest, and then finally your head. Looking back over your right shoulder and breathing deeply. And gently unwind. Let's do the other side. Left hand sliding back, right hand across, lengthen and gently twist. Good, and unwind. And then walk your feet out a little bit wider. Hands on your thighs. Try not to press right on the knees, but hold a little higher up your thighs. And just feel that tilt, right? A little like that cow position where we're tilting by hinging at the hips and drawing the shoulders back a little bit, keeping the head in line with the spine. Okay. Let's add a little twist. So we're going to tilt the right shoulder, tipping in towards the midline, and then come up to center. And then we'll tilt in with the left shoulder and come on up. And once again, right shoulder and up, and left shoulder. Then come on back to center, and we'll prepare for our seated sun salutation. So moving with the breath, take a full breath in. As you release the breath, you can release your hands. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, gently bow forward, and you can go only a little ways or you can go deeply if it's comfortable for you. As you inhale, let's all meet in that just forward tilt with a flat back. Exhale, relax your head and neck. Inhale, come all the way up, arms sweeping overhead, and exhale, palms glide down to front of heart. Full breath in and out. Once again, inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale here. Exhale, let's move on. Inhaling to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in, putting two pieces together. Inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Let's go right into the third piece. Inhaling, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide the left hand down as we look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Right hand sliding down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out, the whole thing from the beginning. Inhaling up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, head and neck soften. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, coming up, switch the arms. Other side. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out again from the beginning. Inhaling up And exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, head and neck relax. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, up and tilt. Inhale, up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Next, inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand inside the left leg. Slide the arm up against the leg as you look up. Inhale, coming up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let's do the whole series one more time if you can. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, head and neck relax. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, up and tilt. Inhale, up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide the arm down as you look up. Inhale, rise up, switching arms. Other hand slides down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, palms to heart. One last big breath, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, open the arms, float them out to the side, and gradually bring them down to rest. Walk your feet in. If you need a little break, slide yourself back in your chair so you have some better support. Well, you just give your upper back, your arms a little rest as we begin to warm up the lower body. So we'll just lift the right foot a little and then circle at the ankle. And reverse the circles. And then flex the foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. Relax that leg. Lift your left foot and gently circle at the ankle. And reverse the circles. And then flex the foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. Good. Bring that foot to the floor. Take a moment to just take a nice deep breath in. Sigh it out. Let go of any tension that you're holding on to in your body. And then we'll begin to engage a little bit more through the legs. So I'm going to use my hands on the edges of the seat or the sides of the chair somewhere to sit a little bit forward and more upright so that ankles are directly under my knees and I'm not leaning into the back of the chair. And keeping that, right, you have to kind of engage your abdominal muscles. So think of very gently hugging your navel towards your spine to keep that support for the low back. And then we'll start working with the hip by lifting the right leg and interlacing the hands underneath the thigh. Rather than pulling the leg up, try to let your leg just kind of dangle, resting into your hands. And move the leg by moving your hands and arms, creating a circling action at your hip joint. And then change the direction of the circles. You can keep them very tiny or you can make them bigger if it feels good. And then draw that knee in close to your chest. So if it's comfortable, you can switch the clasp of the hands and hold around the front of the shin or knee. Flex both feet, sit up really tall. So shoulders hug back, You're trying to bring your chest forward and lift your knee as high as you can. You can keep your left foot on the floor. Keep breathing. Use those abdominal muscles now, especially if you want to add the lift of the left leg, extending it out straight. Take a few deep breaths. Feel the muscles engaged and keep breathing. Good, and then let it go. Bring both feet down. Shake out your hands, wiggle the fingers. And then let's do the other leg. So lifting the left leg, interlace underneath the thigh. Let the leg drop into your hands. And then create a circling action by using your hands and arms. Check in with your breath. So we never want to hold the breath. Keep your breath moving in and out. Let's change direction of the circles. And as you come to center, lifting that knee as high as you can. Try not to collapse back, but rather draw your shoulders back, lift your chest. You can switch and hold in front of the knee if that's comfortable. Flex both feet. Belly stays engaged. You're sitting as tall as you can. Breathing deeply. Either that right foot stays on the floor or you extend that leg out with the foot flexed. Keep breathing. If you need to release this or any other pose before I tell you, it's always okay. Really listen to your body and respect anything that's going on today for you. And then everybody release gently. Shake out your hands, wiggle your fingers. Let's circle the wrists. And reverse the circles. Good, and then spread the fingers and make a fist. Spread and fist. Spread and fist. Spread and fist. Good. Now, try something. Rather than let's do this one hand. You can do it both hands together. We're just going to work on dexterity, pressing your thumb and your index finger together, and then middle finger and thumb, fourth finger, and then pinky finger. Okay. We'll go through those 2 more times. So index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, pinky finger. Index, middle, fourth, pinky. Good. And now see if you can curl in just the first knuckle. So it's not making a fist, right? The palm is facing forward, and I'm just flexing at the knuckle. Not the bottom one, but earlier on, and breathe. Good, and then let's shake out the hands. Good. Turn your right palm up, extend your palm to face forward and fingers pointing down. Draw the fingertips back with your other hand. So you're pressing your palm forward. Feel the stretch in the wrist here. Breathe into it. And release. Other side. Left palm faces forward and point the fingers down. Draw the fingertips back, but keep pressing the palm forward. So your arm is straight. Hands a little lower than your shoulders. And release. Good. Let's circle those shoulders again, right? Sometimes we tense up the shoulders when we're working on our hands. You can bring your fingertips to your shoulders and circle the elbows. Try reversing these circles. Good, and then bending just the right elbow. See if you can lift that elbow up towards the ceiling. You can take your left hand and try and bring that upper arm, spin the bicep in close to your ear. And then you can either continue to help support the arm from the front with your left hand or reach overhead and draw the elbow back as far as you can. Breathe deeply. It's a big stretch in the upper arm. And then release. Good. Other side. Left elbow bends. You lift the elbow towards the ceiling. Spin the bicep towards your ear. Lift as high as you can, maybe reaching overhead. Breathing. Sit tall. Good, and then release. Okay. So coming back down to our lower body, keep your left foot planted and just stretch the right leg out straight, foot flexed. Take a moment just breathing with that leg extended and feel all the muscles that are engaged in your leg. Good, and release. Let's do the other leg. So extend the left, just flex the foot, keep the leg extended, sit as tall as you can. So abdominal muscles hugging in, not collapsing into the back of the chair, breathing, and gently release. And then you can just take your hands or fists and just tap a little bit up and down your thighs. All right, let's move into a wider hip opening, taking that right leg all the way out to the side and coming back to center. So turning the leg in the hip socket, not turning your body, just moving the leg, keeping the knee in line with the ankle. Let's do the other leg. Left knee opening and back to center. Feeling this in the inner thigh. Okay, come on back to center and scoot towards the front edge of your chair. Also, well, we're going to open that right leg again, but this time we're going to slide the hips over to the left. So your right thigh is right along the front edge of the chair. Your right foot is pointing to the side, but try not to turn your body. So here you can feel how your body wants to turn in that direction. Try and open your chest in line with the front of your chair and breathe. So just this alone is an effort, right? You may feel it. You may feel how it's a little harder to breathe. Now, for anyone who wants to take the pose a little deeper, you can walk that left foot, kind of heel toe, keep the sole of the foot on the floor, walk it to the side, but also forward until you can straighten the leg with the sole of the foot on the floor. If that isn't working for you, just come back to the bent knee with the foot pointing forward, okay? So at any point, if you go too far into one of these options that I give you, you're always welcome to back up. So let's inhale the arms out wide. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, reach through that right arm, like someone's pulling you over to the side, but you're still reaching through your left arm. Good, bend that right elbow, turn the left palm up, and gradually lift that left arm towards the ceiling. If it feels okay in your shoulder, bring that arm closer to your ear. And breathe. Good, gently come all the way up and walk those feet back in towards the center. Feel your weight even on both hips. And we'll do the other side. So we're going to stay near the front of the chair, open the left leg to the side of the chair, but slide back a little bit. So left thigh is along the front edge of the chair, right hip's kind of hanging off, right foot stays where it is, torso tries to open to face the front of the chair. Breathing here, see how that feels. And then if you want to experiment with walking the right foot out on a diagonal, end with the foot slightly turned inward, the sole of the foot on the floor, the leg straight. Imagine you're standing on your feet. And if you don't feel like you can really kind of root down through both legs in this position. Come back to the bent knee. Let's inhale, arms out to the side. And then reach to the left, like someone's pulling you over to that side. Reach, 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 reach. And then gently bend at the elbow, forearm on your thigh. Turn the right palm up and gradually reach that arm to the sky. Perhaps bring it closer to your ear, but as we did in that side stretch earlier, try and keep your shoulder back. Right? Don't let the arm come in front of your face. Breathing. And gently come all the way up. Hold the chair for support as you walk your feet back in towards the center. And just feel what that's like in your hips. You can make some easy circles with your whole upper body. Just softening into those hip joints with another rotating action. Change the direction of the circles. And then sitting up tall, we're going to turn our whole body now to the right. So scoot around so that your right side is against the chair back. Right arm can rest on the top of the chair back. Keep your legs close together. So we're going to start with a twist here, turning away from the screen. So we're going to slide that right hand along the chair back, bring your left hand around, and then use both hands to gradually turn your face, your chest, and finally let your head follow. Look back towards the back of your chair and breathe. Try to sit up tall, keep your chest broad. And as you unwind, stay facing to the side, but scoot now to the front of your chair again so that the right leg is along the front edge. And this time we're going to let the left knee drop down towards the floor. So getting into a lunge position. You may already feel some stretch in the front of that left thigh or the front of the hip. Just take a moment to breathe into that. And then if you bow forward slightly over your right leg, you may be able to wiggle the left foot back farther. Try to keep the heel vertical so the whole foot stays in line. You can press the heel back behind you, maybe straighten the leg a little more, and just go to your comfortable maximum. Now we don't want to just pick up our head here. We want to lift from the bottom of the spine. So imagine your tailbone reaching down, but drawing your navel up and back, lifting from the bottom of the torso gradually up through your chest and your head. Let's inhale the left arm out to the side and gently reach a little bit overhead. And again, inhale, opening wide. Exhale, reaching overhead. And again, inhale, open wide. Exhale, reaching up and over. And inhale, coming back to the initial position. Relax that back leg. Slide the foot in. And pivot back to the front of your chair. Let's do the same sequence on the other side. So I'm going to turn the whole body towards the left and hold the chair with my left hand on the chair back. Legs are close together. Slide the left hand back, bring your right hand around. Use your hands so that you're pulling with that right hand and maybe even pushing a little with the left to turn your chest and finally your head, keeping your shoulders hugging back. So no rounding backs here, no lengthening up through the crown of your head, breathing deeply. And then gently unwinding. Left arm can stay resting on the chair back as we scoot to the front of the chair and let the right knee drop down towards the floor. So your right hip is off the chair, Your left thigh is along the front edge. And first you just breathe. Basic lunge position. Feel any stretch that you're getting in this position. And then try leaning forward a little and seeing if that allows you to walk your right foot farther back. You can kind of just wiggle it back, toes tucked under, and perhaps try pressing the heel back to straighten the leg more. Breathe, don't just pop up. Round in a little bit first, throw your navel up and back as your tail reaches down, and then slowly curl up through your rib cage, lifting finally up through your chest. And next inhale, sweeping that right arm out and up overhead. Good. Inhale, open the right arm out to the side, and exhale, reach up and overhead. And once again, inhale, opening, and exhale, reach up and overhead. And then come back to center, relaxing the right arm, relax the right leg, just let that knee drop towards the floor as you slide the foot in, and make your way back to face forward once again. Walking the feet out a little wider. Let's just take that basic tilt between the legs. Breathing here. And then try and turn your body to the right. So you try and line up the center line of your body with your right thigh. And then lengthen your chest out as if you were reaching your chin past your knee. Breathe. Try to keep the left knee open wide. Don't let that leg collapse. And breathe. And then gently come up. Go the other way. So turning to the left, whole torso, trying to face that left thigh, and then extending out over the leg as you breathe. Just allowing your breath to create this gentle lift and lowering of your torso without forcing it. And come on back up. And one last time, coming between the legs. Good. Rising up to sit, walk your feet in until they're just slightly apart and parallel, ankle directly under the knee. Breathing here. And then opening the arms into cactus. Draw the shoulders back as you inhale. And as you exhale, try to keep that nice opening in your chest, but at the same time, squeeze your forearms towards each other. And inhale, open wide. Good. Exhale, elbows hug in. Inhale, open. Exhale, hugging in. Inhale, open. Exhale, hugging in. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, hugging in, and gently release down. Lifting, you can extend your left foot out. I like to sit at the edge of the chair. It makes it a little easier to just let that left leg extend. Open your right knee to the side, and as you lift your right foot, flex the foot. Bring the outer heel to rest on your left shin. Right? And see if that's enough for you. Maybe already an opening in that right hip. But if you're able to slide the heel up above the knee, see what that feels like. Try to stay sitting tall. And if you find you're collapsing back, then take the right leg lower again. If you're above the knee, not getting too much stretch yet, you can bend the right knee. Walk that foot back in towards your chair. Want to sit really tall, so hands can hold the edges of your seat to help you get that lift up through the torso. So you never want to pull down or push down. It's as if we're lightly pressing with the fingers and getting a lift up under the armpits. Shoulders are back, head stays upright, and any amount you can, try slightly tilting forward. Try not to round your back or drop your head. Keeping your chest lifted, your gaze is forward rather than down. Good. And then as you release this, try crossing right knee all the way over. And see if you can squeeze both legs in towards the midline. If that's too much on your legs, you can always just cross at the ankle. But you want to squeeze the legs as close together as you can. And then coming back to that cactus position, this time as we bring the forearms towards each other, slip your right elbow under the left. See if you can crisscross elbows. Otherwise, just stick to that hugging in. Right? But again, we want to try and keep everything squeezing towards the middle, wrapping maybe right fingers around left thumb, breathing into this eagle pose. And gently release. Good. Roll your shoulders as you uncross the legs. Okay, other side. So let's do both of those poses. Start with the right leg extended out, just to make it easier to get into the pose. Open the left knee out to the side. Lift the foot, flex it. The pinky toe is pulling back towards your body. Rest the edge of the heel along the right shin. Breathe. See if you can slide the left foot up higher. Don't press right on the knee, so stay below the knee, or if you're able to come above the knee, up to the thigh, and still keep that left knee open wide, that's great. Use your hands to help you sit tall. So that's more important than getting the leg higher, the foot higher on your leg. If you're above the knee, you can walk the right foot in closer and then breathe as you hold here, trying to tilt just a tiny bit, feeling where you get a stretch. And then gently, as you release this, you're going to try and cross left knee over right or left ankle in front of right, squeezing the legs together. Arms start in cactus. This time, left elbow is going to slip a little bit lower. See if you can crisscross this way and then maybe press the backs of the hands together or wrap the left fingers around the right thumb. Sitting as tall as you can and breathing deeply. And gently release. Uncross everything. Circle your shoulders. Rock a little bit side to side. And just make some easy half circles with your neck and head. So kind of tilt to one side. Drop your chin towards your chest and roll all the way to the other side. Do that a few times. And as you come to center, let's take that right arm, bring it across your body and just try and hug that arm in close. Other hand. And release. Left arm, reach it across your body. Right hand kind of cups underneath to hug the left arm in close to you. And breathe. And release. Okay, we're going to get ready to come up to our feet. Now, for anybody who doesn't feel up to it, you can stay seated and visualize what we're doing or just breathe. If you need to drop out early, that's also okay. But stay with this as long as you can, resting when necessary. So to come up to stand, I always like to be at the front of the chair, walk the feet back a little. So instead of the ankles being under the knees, they're more under the thighs now. So that when you rock forward, you feel the weight shift off of your bottom or onto your legs. You'll feel the thigh muscles start to engage. Also use your abdominal muscles. Try to look forward rather than at the floor. You can use your hands on the edges of the seat to give you a little more support if need be. But once you rock forward, try pressing down through the feet and rising up to stand. And come to stand behind your chair. I'll adjust my monitor. So standing behind your chair, I'm going to move my chair off to the side so you can see what my legs are doing. So we're going to start by separating the feet a little bit wider, bending the knees. Right? And as you bend your knees, also hinge gently at the top of your thigh. And you can always keep one or both hands on your chair for stability. Pause here, this chair position, and then see if you can keep the right knee bent and step the left foot back. So you're on the ball of the left foot. Right? But you're still in this, now you're in another kind of lunge position. Breathe, feel the stretch in the back of the left calf as you try to press the heel towards the floor. Breathe. So kind of lift and lower, ease into the stretch. But now we're going to let that left foot pivot a little bit to bring the heel all the way down. But at the same time, we're trying to keep your hips facing the chair. So that right hip hugs back, left hip pressing forward. Chest lifts. Now you can do this with one or both arms. So you can always try one and then the other, right? So try lifting one arm and bring that down, hold your chair. Try lifting the other arm. Good, and bring that down. Now, if you feel steady, you can stretch both arms. Otherwise, come back to that left arm and extend it out and up. Warrior One pose. Good, straightening the front leg. You're going to gently tilt at the hips and extend your torso. Trying to keep your upper back, your chest lifted, your back straight. You're looking slightly forward. And so not completely down, don't let your head drop. Feel the stretch in the back of the right leg and breathe into it. And then gently bend the right knee as you lift the left heel, step the feet together. Again, I said feet together, but I really mean separate them a little wider than hip width. Let's start with that chair pose, bending the knees, tilting the hips back a little bit, and then keep the left knee bent as you reach the right foot back, just touching the ball of the foot and gradually trying to reach the heel towards the floor. Just gently lift and lower the heel as best you can. You may or may not touch the floor, don't worry about it. And just feel the stretch in the calf. And then let the foot pivot so the toes are turning slightly out. And then it's easier to bring the heel down. But try not to turn your body. So you're hugging that right hip, pressing that forward a little, and the left hip is kind of pulling back and wrapping under. Lift up through your torso. And again, take this one arm at a time. Right arm up, breathe, bring that down. Hold the chair with that hand as you bring the left arm up. Bring that down. And now, if you feel steady, both arms, otherwise come back to that right arm. And breathe. Good, bring your hands down. Straighten the front leg. Hips press back and your torso extends forward. Take a breath or two. Try to keep your shoulders hugging back, chest wide, head in line with the spine. And then gently bend the front knee, lift the back heel, and step the back foot in. Good. Take a moment to wiggle and jiggle. Just let everything go. And let's move into a balance pose. So you're going to bring your weight onto your left leg. Bend the right knee and open the knee out to the side, keeping your hips facing forward. From there, you can just rest your right heel alongside the left ankle or bring the sole of the foot up alongside your calf. Breathe. Just feel all the little wobbling. Right? You can keep both hands on the chair if you feel really shaky. Or again, experiment with lifting just one arm. If it feels okay, you can lift both, or perhaps just draw your shoulders back. Kind of lift your fingers for a moment just to check your balance, and then release the pose. So don't force it. If you fall out of the pose, no big deal. Right? You don't have to hold it for a long time. Just do the best you can. Let's do the other side now. So weight in the right leg, bend the left knee, open it out to the side, bring the heel alongside the right ankle, slide the foot up higher if it's comfortable, but try not to turn your hips. Chest is facing forward, gaze is straight out in front of you. And again, you can experiment with just stretching one arm up. You can switch and raise the other, or try just lifting both hands a little away from your chair. And just notice which way you tend to tip. If you feel like you're falling, you just bring that left foot back to the floor. Let's all come out of the pose now. But make some easy circles with your hips. And then reverse. But let's do one more standing pose today. So taking the feet wide apart. Start with them parallel. Just feel what that's like. Knees can be softly bent as you begin with that slight tilt back with your pelvis. So we want to get our body stable by rooting down through the feet and taking the upper thighs back, then lengthening the tailbone down, drawing the navel in and up. And now we'll turn just the right foot out to the side. But straighten both legs. Imagine you were squeezing the legs towards each other. Torso is facing your chair. Inhale, arms out to the side, one or both. So if you feel steady, you can stretch both arms. If not, keep one hand on your chair. We're going to tilt so that the hips go to the left and the upper body lengthens to the right. A little like that seated pose we did, but now our legs are both straight and we're going to continue to pivot like a little windmill. Right hand down, left arm to the sky, or keeping one or the other hand on the chair. Try to keep your shoulders and head in line with your tailbone. So not letting yourself round forward, breathing deeply, and gently coming back upright. Let's switch sides. So turn the right foot parallel and soften the knees as we make this transition. Turn the left leg out 90 degrees. Open your chest to face the chair. Inhale, one or both arms out to the side. See how that feels. Keep the legs hugging in towards each other. If you feel wobbly at any point, or you feel like you're going to lean back, stick your butt out. When in doubt, stick it out. Just a little thing that'll just get your balance back, okay? But then lengthen your tailbone, engage your core. Good, let's tilt, right hip lifting, stretching out to the left side. Breathe deeply. Good, and then see how you feel about releasing one or both hands. Left hand can come down to your leg, right arm can rise to the sky. Take a few breaths. Good. As you inhale, come all the way up, turn the feet parallel, and very gently fold forward with a wide leg stance. Breathe here. And then bending the knees, walk your feet in towards each other as you come up to stand. Let's take a last breath in, sweeping the arms out and up. And exhale, floating the arms out and down. Good. Come on back and have a seat in your chair. And go ahead and lean back so you can scoot all the way back in the chair. Take this last minute to just let go. So hands can rest on your thighs. Feel the back of the chair against your ribs and your spine. Feel the seat underneath you. Relax your feet and ankles. Allow your shoulders to soften, your upper arms just break down from the shoulder sockets. Relaxing your fingers. Relaxing your neck and shoulders. Relaxing all the muscles in your face. You're welcome to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Just taking a moment to feel your breath, observe any sensations in your body. Nothing that you need to do, nothing to fix or change. Simply be present in your body. And with your focus on your breathing, take a few deeper breaths. See if your body would like to move in any way, stretching or wiggling. And gradually coming to sit more upright in your chair. Feet grounded, ankles under knees, chest lifted. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And let's chant the universal sound of Om together to close our practice. Take a full breath in. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. If you have any questions, you're welcome to unmute and I'll come to the screen and